On YouTube, what's going on is regular Ravens fan back at you. Regular Ravens fan. As I always tell people, trust your eyes. Don't let these people on TV lie to you. Don't let these media folk lie to you. They'll tell you that Lamar Jackson can't play. They'll tell you that he can't win big games, that he can't win in the playoffs. Well, he just won in the playoffs, everybody. They'll tell you that last year when Lamar Jackson had 500 yards of total offense, that he played poorly and was the reason that the Ravens lost to the Titans. He had 500 total yards of offense, but he played poorly, and that's why the Ravens lost to the Titans last year in the playoffs. That's what the media says. Not that Derrick Henry had 30 carries for 190 plus yards. That wasn't the reason that the Ravens lost. No, it was because Lamar Jackson, who had 500 yards of total offense, had 2 turnovers. Well, today he had 1 turnover. I mentioned in the video previously, I told everyone that the Ravens have never lost a road game at Tennessee in the playoffs, and Tennessee has never lost a road game at Baltimore in the playoffs. I also told people that the Ravens would win 24-13. Regular Ravens fan was wrong about that. The score was 20-13. But I did say, in that 24-13 prediction, I did say I was leaning more towards 17-13, but I thought we would score a touchdown late to go up 24-13. Where I was wrong is we didn't score a touchdown. It was a field goal. Instead of making it 24, made it 20. Water under the bridge. Lamar Jackson showed everybody what he can do. And all he needed was his defense to play with him. Today you saw it. You saw 2 great teams, as I said in the past, 2 very physical teams, 2 teams with stars on their offense. Derrick Henry being 1 star, Lamar Jackson being another star. Derrick Henry was held down today, Lamar Jackson wasn't. And they'll say, well, Lamar Jackson threw an interception. He didn't throw a touchdown pass. Yes, he did. But he also ran for a 48-yard touchdown. So if you take his best play and you let his best play cancel out his worst play, because the interception led to 3 points, his best play led directly to a touchdown. Let's just cancel both of those out, okay? He still leads the Ravens to a victory. We still win by 4 points. That might be too much math for some people, so I don't want to get all into that. Let me let these highlights play. Now, these is Jackson's highlights, you know. Said he can't play quarterback. I see a guy keeping his eyes downfield, you know. That's what the media said. Media said Lamar Jackson can't throw deep outside the numbers, people. That's one thing he can't do. Well, that's deep outside the numbers. Well, Lamar Jackson isn't really accurate outside the numbers, period, you know. Well, this is outside the numbers. Well, you know, there's a book on how to stop Lamar Jackson from running. You know, teams have figured out how to stop him. Well, on this play, the best player on the field, which your eyes will tell you, destroyed that. Like, that's what this kid can do, man. There's no other quarterback in the NFL right now that can do what this kid can do. None. Also, the Ravens were down 10-0. They said Lamar Jackson couldn't win from coming behind. The Ravens won from coming behind, 10 down 10-0. All of these plays you're seeing right now, his highlights, these are great plays. And I don't want you to focus too much on the running because we know he can do it. Look how when he was scrambling, he kept his eyes downfield. He was 17 of 24 for 179 yards. That doesn't sound great, right? But he also had 136 yards rushing. So let's put it all together and you got 300 yards of total offense. That's what I try to tell people. Some quarterbacks throw for 303 and yada, yada, yada. Lamar Jackson's still giving you 300 yards, but he's doing it as a complete football player. Most quarterbacks are not complete football players. That's what I be trying to explain to people. Most quarterbacks are pocket quarterbacks, and they have to play point guard and distribute the ball to their best players. Well, Lamar Jackson is like Westbrook playing point guard. Triple threat. I can run, I can pass, or I can beat you with my mind. And that's what this kid does, man. He is a complete football player who happens to be the quarterback. And before people tell me, well, regular Ravens fan, you know, it's only because Jackson can run. People, if that were the case, all of those fast wide receivers that have come to the NFL would have all been flipped to quarterback. It's not that easy. When they say Lamar Jackson isn't accurate, remember, people, he's a human being who's expending energy, who has to go run the ball at top speed, get tackled, and then come back and make an accurate throw 30. I'd like to see any regular person do that. I'd like to see any regular person run as hard as you can, and then with only about 30-second breather, come back and throw a 35-yard pass on the rope at any point on the field. I like to see people do that because he can do that. But they act like because every pass isn't perfect, he's a lesser quarterback. No, people, he's a complete football player. And I also want to give a shout out to Hollywood Brown because I recently made a video and I said that Hollywood Brown was basically helping defenses defend him because he was running straight out of bounds after catching the ball. Well, today, people, look what happens when you turn it upfield. When you get a little more physical. Don't let Hollywood, don't let these defenders play you to the sideline. Force them to have to cover you every route on the tree. Show them that you are number one. I believe in you. I just want you to be more physical. That's all. I think you're a hell of a wide receiver, but I just need you to get a look as physical as you were today. That's all we need. The Ravens offense goes as Lamar goes. Our running game is built around Lamar Jackson and what he does well. Our running backs are good, but Lamar makes them better. Our team is good, but Lamar makes it better. And today I'm just so happy and proud that the Ravens could hold serve and show people that, while you're watching all these analysts on TV, you got a lot of regular fans, like regular Ravens fans, who actually know what they're talking about. I told you all this game would go the way it went. I told you all that the Ravens would win. I explained to you all that Lamar Jackson is never the reason. Lamar Jackson, we don't win in spite of Lamar Jackson. We win because of Lamar Jackson. When that game was 10-3 today, the game was 10-3 Tennessee. Lamar Jackson, mind you, people, also, just like his 4th and 5 touchdown pass against Cleveland, it was 3rd and 9. And we were looking at having to punt the ball back. And he turned 3rd and 9 to 6. 3rd and 9 from the 50, and he turned it into 6. Himself. He did that on the football field. Wasn't some busted bootleg where everybody else went to one side and he went to the other side. He ran through a defense. Give credit where credit is due, people. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb right now and say that rather than start praising this young man, I've got a feeling that the media is just going to push the goalposts again. There'll be those in the media that will say, "Excuse me, I'm about how they fling that football. I didn't see him put up over 200 yards passing. I saw him throw an interception. Excuse me. What happens when you have to go up against the Tennessee Titans are a good defense? What happens when you have to go up against a team that can put up points on you and get you down?" Ravens were down 10-0. And they're also going to move the goalposts, as I was starting to say. They're going to say now, "Okay, Lamar, you won a playoff game, but can he win a championship?" Because Pat Mahomes won a championship. Like not if every single player, if Lamar Jackson does not do everything that Pat Mahomes does, not only is he not good or great, he's not even average. We shouldn't even talk about him because he didn't do what Mahomes did. Every other quarterback gets a bye. Every other quarterback gets a normal progression. Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes are oddities, people. It really doesn't usually happen that fast. That's just the truth. People need to start understanding that these two are the best in the game right now. Josh Allen is coming. Don't get it twisted. I've told people 1,000 times. Way back in 2018, I told people then that Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson would be the best 2 quarterbacks of that draft. Now, Baker Mayfield, his team may beat Pittsburgh today. I mean, they are winning at the time of this video, so they may beat Pittsburgh today. But that team is about their running backs. Let's just be honest. Buffalo is about Josh Allen. Baltimore is about Lamar Jackson. Kansas City is about Pat Mahomes. Now, these 3 quarterbacks, they're here already. But Lamar Jackson is he's definitely one of 3, but he's one of 1 when it comes to being a complete football player at the quarterback position. And that's the thing that people can't see. That's why they don't understand. Stats are not football, people. That's why people don't understand. Well, why doesn't Lamar Jackson have these gaudy passing numbers like these other quarterbacks if he's so good? Because he's a complete football player. While he may not have the gaudy numbers that these other quarterbacks have passing on his resume this year, none of them have the gaudy numbers rushing that he has. There's only like 5 or 6 running backs in the league with better rushing numbers than he has. So wake up and see what this kid is doing, man. Trust your eyes. Watch him play. And enjoy the ride, man. Greatness is unfolding before you, people. This is regular Ravens fan. I'm Ravens for life. I am biased. I am a Ravens fan. We out here.